Good evening, this is Kevin Ashworth, back at you talking about anxiety, many aspects of anxiety. I'm the co-director of Northwest Anxiety Institute in Portland, Oregon. I'm putting up some video blogs, short video clips about managing anxiety in different ways. Today I'm going to talk about parenting and accommodations that parents make for children that are anxious. If you like it, please subscribe. If you have a question, send me an email, kevin@northwestanxiety.com. Check out our Facebook page, Northwest Anxiety Institute. Today I want to talk about managing anxious children, and many parents that struggle with anxious kids do a lot of things for them. Often, I find, this comes from a place of really not knowing what else to do, but also feeling really, really bad for their kid. And so when parents feel bad for their children, they do things often to manage their own distress and their own anxiety and kind of mask that as doing something for their kids. Many of these accommodations actually maintain the anxiety or allow the anxiety to get worse over time because the kiddo never really learns how to develop enough confidence and ability to challenge the thing that is scary. Additionally, when someone does something for you, we really believe that the thing that we're now avoiding was in fact scary enough that someone else had to do it for you. And so accommodating your child's anxiety, both with how you manage your kids behaviorally when they're not very nice to you, and so we often feel really bad for our kids when they're being kind of grumpy or mean, particularly when they've got something difficult going on in their life, and we kind of just let that go by or don't really call them up on that because we know that they're already struggling. And so I tell parents anxiety is an explanation for this kind of behavior, but it's not an excuse. That doesn't mean then that I suggest a list of punishments in order to manage that behavior. It just means that I wouldn't accommodate that behavior. And so I deal with lots of different kinds of kids that are very engaged in therapy, but a lot of kids that are treatment resistant, and really what I mean by that is they're avoidant. Their avoidance works for them. Until they're ready to come to therapy and make a change, a lot of changes can be made by asking their parents to reduce their accommodations for them. So if a kid is avoidant of school, parents might go and pick up the schoolwork for them, or they might have tutors come to the house. They might make recommendations for friends to come over and visit. They might cook them dinner. They might do lots of things for them. Anxious kids might say, I need to wear this shirt. And parents will wash that shirt for them and dry that shirt for them and give them that shirt. Knowing, however, that is a compulsion or that's a type of anxiety behavior or safety behavior that's maintaining their distress. Reassurance seeking is a big one. Responding to text messages regularly is really hard for kids that struggle with separation anxiety. And in social anxiety, parents do lots of different things to help try and mitigate that fear. So to get from this, something I would like you to get out of this conversation today is come up with a list of things that you do for your kids that are accommodations for their anxiety. Again, it's lovely to do nice things for your children, but I don't want you to do them for their anxiety. And so think of their anxiety as a separate entity. Think of it as actually feeding the monster, making these things get worse, and start removing those things systematically. You will see a change in their behavior. They're not going to be very happy, of course, or their anxiety is going to tell them that they're not going to be able to manage. But ultimately, the more you do for their anxiety, just know that it will get worse. This is not like helping someone that feels sad or falls down get back up and then they learn from it. Anxiety feeds on these accommodations, and it typically does get worse. So if you can, make note of the things that you're doing and talk with your kid about reducing those and explain why. You can say, hey, I worry that these things that I'm doing for you are actually making your anxiety worse, or at the very least it's not helping it get better. And so let's remove those, and you can even experiment with that. Parents often worry for their kids. They worry that they're not going to be successful, and so they do absolutely everything for them. And so I would try and cut that out and teach a little bit more responsibility and accountability about how to help your kids build confidence in themselves. So that's it for today. I will do another post on Monday. If you liked it, like I said, please subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those. I appreciate people that are watching these. It's awesome to see, and I hope they're helpful. Thanks so much. Take care.